How you doing? How you doing, 2023? Welcome. Let's let's yeah. Let's talk. I don't know what we're gonna talk about, so but regardless. All right. Moving right along. Hey, CJ, how's it going? Dun, dun, dun. Look at that. I'm live and stuff. Cool. Wow, CJ Textical. Grant McGregor throws in $5 already. Awesome. Thank you so much. I think my new hat, guys. Got it from my mother-in-law. And there's Spock and Kirk on the brim. Should I write it like the 90s? Like, yo, what's up? Anyway, sorry. Grant McGregor throws in $5. Time to drink or not. Had a lot of drinks last night. I just got my drink here. Irk, howdy, neighbor. Neighbor? Are you on my street? That would be weird. Ozzy, Sean, welcome everybody. Hit that like button. Only 2 of you have hit it so far. You guys know the routine, man. You got to hit the like button. It's just something that has to be done. It's got to be done. I'm telling you. How was Lord Skeleton Hand's birthday? Oh, Sylvia had a great birthday. Yeah, it was a good time. Happy New Year to you, Captain Foley, and to the commander. May you both live long and prosper. Indeed. Thank you. Hopefully you guys have a good New Year as well. It's 2023. And it's 2023. That's all I got. That's all I got for that. So TNG Fanatic. Hi, Chuck. Why'd you change your name? What's up? What's up, Chuck? Up Chuck is vomit. Anyway, Cokelud. Happy New Year. One more year to go until the Bell Riots. Yeah, something to look forward to. Matt Boardman is here. Happy New Year. Great hat, Stuart. Thank you, Matt. Hopefully you had a good New Year's Eve. Yeah, good to see you. Glad you're here. Don't know if you can stay. You probably got things to do. You're a busy guy. But glad you're here at least to say hi. But yeah. Cheers. Hat and mug, both bought for me by my mother-in-law. I prefer this side, but you have to use the left hand for people to see this. I'm right-handed, so if I do it this way, all you guys get to see is that, which is still pretty good, but Matt says he can stay for a while. This is good, my friend. All right, happy good New Year's Eve. I sadly had to work a New Year's concert, so I spent the evening running all around. Oh, man. Yeah, I did have a good New Year's Eve. Hey, Cap. Happy New Year's. Hope you had an amazing Christmas. I did. Sean O'Sullivan saw Tim Hortons in Northern Ireland and thought of you. Didn't get to go in, but hopefully next time we'll try some Canadian treats, maple coffee, and Hawaiian pizza. Well, they don't serve Hawaiian pizza because no one should serve Hawaiian pizza. And don't ever drag me into a conversation like that again. Somebody mentioned, I think it was Domino's, somebody posted pineapple on pizza, don't forget, or whatever. And it's Sean commented, this is on Twitter, I believe. I blame Canada and Captain Foley. Yes, a Canadian did invent pineapple or a Hawaiian pizza, but no, no, don't do that. It's absolutely wrong. And what are you looking forward to the most in 2023 in both Star Trek and Star Wars? Uh, well, Star Wars, I mean, Mandalorian season 3 is coming up. Obviously, looking forward to that. I love The Mandalorian. And for Star Trek, just good Trek. I want the TNG crew to get a good story, good character, good writing that they deserve for Picard season 3. I want to see a really epic season 2 of Strange New Worlds. Hopefully, we'll get to see first part of Prodigy season 2 in this year. Don't know if it'll be late this year or early next year. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how that's going to play out. And more awesome Lower Decks. And it'd also be kind of nice if season 5 of Discovery didn't suck. But you know, I've kind of made peace with that. Hello, everybody. Hit like. Everybody hit like. I'd appreciate it. Sorry, that made me think of the South Park Blame Canada song. Yeah. I thought you were proud of Canadian things such as Commander Hadfield in Quebec, Shatner, Trudeau, etc. All right, let's review these. Commander Hadfield is a complete a complete total asshole. He used to be much nicer before he was like so famous, but now that he's been on the ISS and you know is back down to earth, ironically he's not down to earth anymore. He's a complete asshole. So, not really proud of Hadfield. Quebec can. We'll just move on from that one. Shatner. I'm proud of what Shatner's done. I like the character of Kirk. Not the biggest fan of the man himself, especially in his later years. But moving on from that, even Trudeau, I have no real thoughts on either way, honestly. But yeah. So anyway, hey Captain, Happy New Year from the cold north of England. Thank you. Dan Ben, there's a TV website that says Picard season 3 will be the 17th of February in the UK on Amazon Prime. That website is correct most of the time, unless there's an update. Okay. It just because of time zones, that could be correct. It's going to be the 16th here. So, Dan Ben says, what is the topic today? Absolutely nothing. Whatever you guys want to talk about, anything and everything. What you got for Christmas, what you wanted for Christmas and didn't get, how your New Year's Eve was, whatever you guys want to talk about. This is just a hangout. Trek or not. A large factor in astronaut selection is their ability to be a dick, it seems. Public confidence. Admiral Stone, hate to leave the stream, but I got some furniture to help move around today. Happy 2023, Captain. Well, have fun with the furniture. Don't hurt yourself. Don't wreck your back or anything. Trek or not, in reality, most people could do it as it's largely automated. Oh. Celebrityism kicks in. Yeah, he's just kind of an asshole. Yeah. Sean O'Sullivan, we know your daughter went to school with Justice Bieber. I suppose you went to school with Mike Myers and Wayne Gretzky. No and no. But yes, my daughter was in the same class as Justin Bieber. Before he was a douche. Gorgonzola, greetings, Captain. May the great bird of the galaxy be with you and the Admiral this year. Thank you. Much appreciated. Dan Ben, I hear the next season of Futurama will be the final. I think Futurama is one of those things that's going to keep coming back, and that's fine with me. So, final. It's not final. Matt Boardman, anything we can look forward to from Trekyards in 2023? Anything in particular that you'd like to do this year? I would like to have released all of our content that's been filmed and not edited together yet. Hashtag justice for the ring ship. And actually, the Rick Sternbach interview talking about the spaceflight chronology, that was an awesome episode, or an awesome interview. Hopefully that'll get edited together. Also, probably... there's lots of things that I'd like to see. Nothing's like superbly planned. We do possibly have a trip coming up, which will be the beginnings of something really great. Can't really say too much about it right now, but it should be something for you guys to really look forward to. If we can get everybody we need to get and talk to everybody we need to talk to. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're sitting there. Oh, and we also did an interview with Doug Drexler like 2-3 years ago now, talking about the Ships of the Line calendar and how that whole process comes together. We're going to have to redo that interview because he talked about 1 or 2 pictures coming up in the calendar that was, like I said, 2 or 3 years ago. And so that's all outdated now. But I wouldn't mind setting up a new interview with Doug Drexler and talking about the Ships of the Line calendar. And so you guys can get the process behind that, like choosing the pictures, the whole process of putting together a calendar. Do you think the new Stargate series will be announced this year? I heard they might do a reboot, which would be a great shame rather than a continuation. I don't know. Samuel's got his ear to the ground more for Stargate than I do. I hope it's not a reboot, honestly. I hope it'd be a continuation. But, yeah, I don't know anything about what's going on with that. Eric throws in $5. How bad was the weather in London near Christmas, the 23rd? Shitty. It was really windy and blowy. We didn't get a lot of snow, really, but we had high winds, and it rained, and then it froze, and then it snowed. But we didn't get all the accumulation of snow that they expected, but it was still, travel was awful for the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Cleared up like on the 26th, and now we have like no snow because it's been like super mild. It's actually going to get up to like plus 13 degrees Celsius by the middle of the week. 13, 14 degrees, which is damn nice weather. So time for a name change from Chuck A to TNG Fanatic. That is my Twitter and eBay name. Well, there you go. Sean O'Sullivan, I presume you know Toronto pretty well. It's hard to watch sci-fi shows on faraway worlds, and all you can see is it, or is it? All you can see is Toronto. No, it's. They use quarries. They used for one of the Discovery episodes. They used the Balls Falls. They went to Balls Falls near Niagara Falls, and filmed at one of the church there. No, it's really distracting when you're watching movies that are supposed to be in like New York or something, and it's Toronto. That gets distracting, but you don't really see much of the city in the sci-fi stuff. So, Matt Boardman, my goal this year is to somehow convince Sam to let me edit videos for you guys to help out. That'd be great. Gorgonzola, I had posted the results of our gift giving on Christmas already as a comment. Thanks again for the help with the Star Wars book for my brother. Huge success. Glad he liked it. Awesome. Dan Ben, I hear Amazon is not looking at Brad Wright continuation script for Stargate. Says Gate World, YouTube. Well, then, I guess Gate World knows what they're talking about. Hello, Donnie. How's it going? Speaking of Ships of the Line, I just turned in my 2024 image, and it's all approved and ready to go. Can you give us a sneak peek? Not a sneak peek. You can give me a sneak peek. Send me the picture if you're able to. If you just want to give us a hint in the chat as to what it is, or just mention a ship or two that's in it, that would be great too. Just saying. Yes, Anita Porter is one of the singers from the group Pointer Sisters. You ever notice every planet in Stargate looks like the forests in Ontario? It's not really the case, though, but okay. Snow doesn't come until Tuesday. Dan Ben, I don't always like YouTube changing account names. You have a number and it becomes. It is because people think that's when you were born, which isn't always true. Okay. Happy New Year's from the great state of Maryland. Eric, bro, every time I have to go to Balls Falls, it was closed. Yeah, I haven't actually been there. Next time Samuel comes down, I think we might make a trip out there to film at the little church that was in the Discovery episode. I don't know. We'll see. I watched Battle Beyond the Stars yesterday. The hero ship actually had breasts. Have you ever seen this? Yes, yes, I have. Did you know that the visual effects of that were done by James Cameron, like early in his career? Yeah, yeah, bruh. Sean O'Sullivan, there's a very few films filmed in Ireland, and the ones that are usually period pieces, Game of Thrones or The Tudors, nothing urban. Gina Carano did a film here years ago and did a chase across Dublin, and then I spent the whole film working out the route she took. Yeah. Not a band account, $2. Where can I find a TOS era constellation class? A TOS era constellation class? You mean like Bill Krause's, what the hell is the name of his class? Bill Krause did the Ready Room models for the Stargazer and Picard season 2, and his TOS version is there. I think it's the, what the hell class is that? It's not a Stargazer class. It's not a constellation class. It's I think it starts with an I. Matt might know. Anyway, yeah. John Sullivan says Eagle Monster making a comeback soon. Yes, they will be hopefully by the end of the year. So there you go. Gorgonzola, it is really distracting to see 80s TV series that are supposed to be in Germany when you're from Germany, especially one of the all-time best stories. MacGyver did such a bad job. Matt Borbin said, just sent the image to you. Dun dun dun. Should I look at it now? I think I'll look at it now and give you my reaction to it. Oh, Mr. Matt Boardman. That's awesome. Okay. I see what you did there. Don't know if I should say much about it, but that looks really good, man. That looks really good. Good job. I like that. All right. Sean O'Sullivan would love some location videos. Wasn't Picard mostly done in Toronto, Orville? Marvel shows? No, Picard was not done in Toronto at all. None of Picard was done in Toronto. Picard was all done in LA. TNG fanatic says 7 weeks without any new Star Trek until Picard season 3. I know it's both a good thing and a bad thing for us, but we're gonna enjoy it, I think. Matt Boardman, I feel super fortunate to get to do the first Lower Decks themed image for the calendar. There you go. There's a hint, guys. There's a hint. I can't show it to you. Sci-fi science interest. Wasn't the USS Constellation a Connie? No. No, it wasn't. Well, was there a USS Constellation Constitution class? I don't think so. If he was talking about the Constellation class, though, that's the Stargazer essentially. Terrence Childs, do you know about the Cheyenne class's upside down Do you know about the Cheyenne classes upside down? Tell me I'm not wrong. What about the Cheyenne classes upside down? What do you mean? You're not wrong, I guess? I don't know. Sean O'Sullivan. Also, Ireland is a really small country, so if a show goes to Ireland but just uses an Irish pub, it never looks right. Like the USS Pioneer, Stargazer with TOS round nacelles. Would a Mirror Universe Barclay be confident with women, if not a slave, of course? There is actually Barclay in the IDW Mirror Universe comics, and I think he's much more confident, yes. Still a little unsure of himself, but more confident. Not a banned account, $2. Bets on which TNG characters die in Picard Season 3. Hopefully none of them, but if I had to pick, Troy can go. Troy can go. That's it. Be funny if it was in a shuttle accident. She crashes it, you know. No, I don't think there's anybody that's going to die. If anybody dies, I think it's going to be Picard. I think it's going to be like how the season ends. Like Picard dies, and he's going to get like a new ship, like a Picard class, named after him in honor of. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Anyway. Kevin Bacon once in England filmed a TV commercial in my local fish and chip shop. Oh, that's cool. Do you have any plans for the Gap to make other content? Yeah, hell yeah. Like I said, hopefully the Ring Ship episode will get out finally. We also have Thomas Maroney coming on. We're going to talk about some new Star Trek Online ships. Might have like quite a few Star Trek Online videos. So yeah. Eric Martin, bad hair day. No, just I wanted to wear my new Star Trek hat to show off my new Star Trek hat that my mother-in-law got me because I really like it. It's pretty cool. See, there's Kirkin's back. Yo, what's up? But it's probably a bad hair day now because I've been wearing the hat for like, let's see, I'm afraid to look. It's not too bad. Kind of screwed up the sides a little bit, but no, I just wanted to wear my hat. What of it, Eric? You got a problem? You got a problem with me wearing a hat? That's what I thought. Trek or not, I may have opened a Redbubble shop as a hobby and awaited fan program approval to list my fan art with licensing. Cool. Matt Boardman, the TOS era Constellation was designed by Bill Kreis and is called the Radiant class. Thank you. It appears as a gold ship in the Stargazer's observation lounge in the season 2 of Picard. Yes. I thought it would start with an I, but yeah, Radiance class. That's why I couldn't lock onto the name, because I was thinking like, I want to say Inquiry class, and it's definitely not that. And yeah, so Radiant class. Thank you. Constellation was the same as the Stargazer. Yes. General Grievous, it's been a long time since I saw you. A whole year has passed. It's so funny. Oh, and I got one of the best Christmas presents ever. My sister and brother-in-law got me a Chip and Dale mug from Disneyland Paris. Ooh. I got a new mug too. Do you see? And if you go to this side, it says property of the USS Enterprise. That's also freaking ginormously huge. But hey. Happy New Year, Philip Gaming. I thought Matt Decker's ship was a Constitution class. My bad. We're talking about a class. Yeah, Matt Decker's ship was the Constellation, but that was when it was a Constitution class. I think Honey Bunny is a is a hollow filter, and it was Sela all along. Matt Boardman, if there's one person that you could have on Trekyards in 2023, who would you like to interview? Matt Boardman. You haven't been on the show yet, Matt. You need to come on. But I know we'll have you on at some point for sure. So, anybody else? We want to get David Blass on. He did some good work with Picard. Um, the whatever brothers, the creators of Prodigy. I can't remember their names right now. We're in talks to get them on. Who else would we like to have on the show though? Lots of people. I don't know. That's a very good question. I'd have to really think about that. Any of the actors? Damn you and your good questions, Matt. Mike P. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Yeah, there we go. Patrick Westmore, nice hat. Thank you. Is it legal for Canadian banks to bail in, redirect funds from deposits to pay national debt like Cyprus? And I have no fucking idea. Grant Johnson said you missed one, lol. Missed what? Missed one what? Dan Ben, I saw that in a new clip of Picard Season 3 with him talking to the computer in his house and the Enterprise decom badge. Yeah, I saw that too. I have questions, but that's okay. TNG Fanatic, Happy New Year, Stuart. Family plans, gotta go. Take care, everyone. See you later, Chuck. Hello, Raymond Anders. Sean O'Sullivan, you must be the easiest person to buy for. I don't have any collectibles. My dad misplaced my stuff during move 20 years ago. And since I am renting, I don't have to keep moving around. I'm actually a very hard person to buy for because if I see something I want, I'll buy it for myself. So everybody has a really hard time buying for me. You would think it would be easy, but not so much. So... Is the Centaur the new Starfleet K-Car class taking over from the Mirandas? Seems like it. Yeah, probably. Where did you get that mug? I got it from the same person that gave me the hat for Christmas. I think she got it off of Amazon. Let's see. My channel has just passed 110,000 subs. Wow. You're welcome to join us on the Solar One Sci-Fi podcast again in 2023. It would be great to talk to you about your expectations for sci-fi in 2023. We would love to be on. Shoot us an email or something. And congratulations on your over 100,000 subscribers. That's awesome. Dan Ben, do you like the Ross class, like a Galaxy class with Sovereign class bits? It has a different deflector. It was an STO and Picard Season 2. Yes, I do like the Ross class. Birth defect. My favorite gift this year was a coyote skull in an artful display case. Interesting. Was it Wile E. Coyote? Is it that truth? Is it that, or is it the truth? The Expanse is leaving Amazon. I have no idea. Haven't heard that. Sean O'Sullivan, would you ever consider a quiz night? Use a Google Doc and admins to monitor the answers and find a winner. It sounds like a lot of work. I've considered a lot of things, but a lot of them are just kind of outside the realm of what I can do. So, what do you mean a quiz night? Like I quiz you guys and you guys give the answers, and then we pick a winner from the... Like I don't know what you mean by that. Matt Boardman, Dan and Kevin Hagerman, that's it. Hagman would be super fun to see. Yes. That's who we're going to be talking to at some point. General Grievous, the Shenzhou class is a STO Centaur variant. Changed my mind. It's almost like a refit of the Centaur, so I'm not going to change your mind. What class of ship was the Bozeman? The Bozeman was a Saratoga class? Good question. We've done some mission briefings on all the different variations of the Miranda class design. I want to say Saratoga class, but I could be wrong. On Reddit, people sometimes post a question saying, "What Star Trek ships do you like that made one appearance?" These days, new Trek shows they make more appearances. Absolutely. War God 6, been a long time. Haven't cut a live since last year. Good to see you again, War God 6. It's been such a long time. Sean O'Sullivan, if I was buying for you, I would find a way to ship you a Blue Bricks runabout. Yeah, I tried. I contacted Blue Bricks and said, hey, I wouldn't mind reviewing your stuff for our channel. They looked at the channel stats. They're like, all right, cool, we can do that. I just need to, get authorization or whatever. And then got back to me and said, yeah, well, most of your views are in North America, and ship stuff over there wouldn't be worth our time. And it's like, fuck you, basically, is what they said. And I'm like, well, Samuel's in the UK. You send it to him. He says, still not looking at the demographics and the analytics. It's not the market we want. And I'm like, what? So Blue Bricks, I wouldn't mind getting some Blue Brick stuff, but yeah, I did reach out to them, and if you want to ship me something Blue Bricks related, I would love that. Poor God, feels like 2022 was just yesterday. Dan says I started posting more shorts on my YouTube channel. Ooh, I'll have to check that out. Happy New Year. Nice hat. Thank you, Ron Phillips. Exactly. You act as a quiz master and make a Star Trek quiz. We'll see. Dan Ben, there was a very good website where you could choose from hundreds of Star Wars quizzes and people could join in and post link, but I don't know the website name. We're at 41 likes. Please hit like. Yes, thank you, Patrick. Gorgonzola, I very much love the Ross class because it also has roots in Star Trek Adventures. It is also the new ship of the former Shield of Tomorrow YouTube series, playing that pen and paper RPG. Dan Ben, do you have any of those official Star Trek quiz books? I got a shit ton of quiz books. Yes, I do. My favorite is the Obsessed with Star Trek quiz book. The coyote has been found dead by myself. Oh, nice. Bones with chemicals, analysis for display purposes. That's cool. Oh, and Happy New Year. Thank you, Bert Defect. Raymond Anders, the only thing I like in 2022, I had to retire. I hope you're enjoying your retirement, sir. Bozeman was a Soyuz class. There you go. Thank you, Dan. Sean O'Sullivan, you could do it that way. There's a few multiple choice quiz websites. You just have to set it up and put it in a link for them. Yeah, I don't want to do that shit. I mean, I could. I don't like the lives where it's like, here's the link to a thing. Come join us. And the quiz show game things, like, I find that people always overtalk each other, and it's just a whole bunch of nonsense going on. Same with the StreamYards stuff, where it's like, here's the link, anybody can join in. It's fine, but first of all, I hate talking over people. I absolutely hate doing that, and you can't when you have no visual clues, because nobody fucking uses their camera, and if they do, it's still, there's a delay, so it doesn't matter. But like Salty Trekker does that all the time. Here's the link pinned to the top. Please join us. And you get people coming in that just, I can't watch it half the time because people are always over talking each other, and it's a mess. So A game show thing would be fun. It absolutely would be. I just don't know how I would organize one or set one up. Or it's not kind of. It's something I've thought about, and it's something that I'm not very good at doing. I'm not good at planning things or organizing things or arranging like get-togethers or things like that. I'm not good at the planning process. That's just not something I'm good at all. Usually, I have Sylvia take care of that for me. She could probably come up with some good ideas. Thing is, I can't really do anything when I use my phone for these lives. I would have to use my computer downstairs, which means that Sylvia, it would have to be a time when Sylvia's not napping or something because the bedroom's just right next door. And it's just a whole thing. Then I got to get OBS working properly. And every time I use OBS, everybody's like, the signal's not very good, or this happened, or this happened. And it's like, well, for fuck's sakes, guys. That's why I know. That's why I don't use OBS anymore. Because no matter what, people are always complaining. This they never complain because the signal's fine. Because if the Wi-Fi isn't good, it switches to LTE. You know. So anyway, that's sorry, a little bit of a rant there. I would love to do something fun like some kind of event like that, but I don't know. I'd have to figure out a way to do it. Blue Bricks is strange sometimes. They got a cheap license that only allows them marketing in Europe. I don't think Blue Bricks does UK post-Brexit. Dadmiral had to ship onto Ferric in Ireland to ship on again. And that was before the rage quit Twitter. Dan Ben, well, I'm on an Android phone, so I hope the quality of video I make improves and goes as time goes on. Awesome. Brotania, I love the quiz idea. Please do it. We'll find a way to make it happen. I just don't know how or when. Like I said, I do want to do a 24 or a 48-hour live stream at some point where it's just me, and then Samuel can come in and join me for a little while, and then I can maybe get a small break and he can take over for an hour or two or something. I think a 24-hour live stream would be really fun to do. I've always wanted to do one. I would have things to look at or things to do. So it wouldn't just be me talking the whole time. We could like look through some old books and and I don't know. I'll think about it. Orgod 6, have you gone to see the new Avatar in 3D, my first movie since COVID? No, not yet. Sylvia and I were going to do that. We haven't got around to it yet. We've been too busy with other things. Possibly we'll do it tomorrow, because tomorrow's her last day off. She goes back to work on the 3rd, so maybe we'll do it tomorrow afternoon. I don't know. Yes, Obsessed with Star Trek was the book I was thinking of, and I saw in so many shops. General Grievous, Kahoot is the site you're thinking of. They have a bunch of themed quizzes. You can also make your own, also have multiple players on it. I joined the show as a guest, and now I'm a host of the TNG review show, but there is etiquette issues. Jesus Christ. Also, some people have really bad audio, video, background noise, lighting. Oh yeah, that's the other problem. Yeah. Or they just don't have a fucking brain in their head, and they say the stupidest shit and sideline everything. So I've just seen that happen on quite a few live streams, and it's like, why is the host allowing this person to continue talking and over talking people and interrupting and being rude? I don't get it. Eric Martin, don't know how others feel, but the New Year's shows have gotten so annoying, or maybe I'm just getting old. I haven't watched any in years, so probably a bit of both. They're probably getting annoying, and you're getting old. Orgod 6, I have a bad habit of interrupting or over talking. I try not to, but sometimes I can't help it. It's not my fault when we decide to talk at the same time, so it's no one's fault. Just got to stop and let others talk. Yeah, but the problem is, and I find this all the time, I wait for a pause, I jump in to start talking, somebody else starts talking, so I stop talking. They stop talking. A little bit of a pause, and then I go to talk again, and they start talking again. Because like I said, there's a bit of a delay. And then I'm just frustrated. I'm just kind of done at that point. I was like, no, you go first. No, you go first. You say what you want to say or whatever. It just doesn't work for me. Sorry. There are there are websites where you can make a quiz, then you can post a link in the live, and people can join, and then at the end gives you your scores. Yeah. Sean O'Sullivan, I like playing with OBS. You can insert little clips as scene transitions, such as "It's a fake," or just dump it in anytime you want. I also have an animated background of a warp core pulsing. Oh yeah, I've got a bunch of really cool OBS screen layouts and things like that. But every time I use OBS, people fucking bitch and whine and complain, and then I go back and watch the live, and it looked fine. It looked fine every time, and it's like, what the fuck are you guys complaining about? But every time, and when somebody complains about that shit, I just get so irritated because I think that the whole signal quality is shit, and I don't know. It just throws off my confidence, and it just ruins the rest of the live stream for me. So, yeah, kind of done with that. Dan Ben, are you interested in the new Transformers video game coming out in a few years? I haven't heard about a new game coming out, so. Clone Star were talking of doing another 24-hour stream, but they had guest hosts for different slots. Shame you didn't do the last one. I don't know what Clone Star is, so. Dan Ben, I saw you posted more pictures on Instagram. Of what? I'd never really post anything on Instagram. I posted on Facebook, and because it's linked to my Facebook account, it automatically goes to Instagram. So I post shit on Facebook all the time. Captain, will you do a video review of your away team jacket? Probably not. No. Probably not. Dan Ben, yeah, I turned on the TV to watch the New Year's, and it's like, it just came on. There was no news presenter countdown like previous years. Thank you, Melissa. Happy New Year to you as well. Sci-fi science interest. Captain, talking about the Mirror Universe, how do we know you are not Admiral Foley from the Mirror Universe? Well, you don't. That's the thing. Yeah, there's a Family Guy joke in that about talking. OBS rant alarm. I could go on one for sure. Melissa says, I have the Meta Quest 2 and thinking about playing Star Trek Bridge Crew. Do you know how accessible it is to the visually impaired? I have no idea. No idea. It's such a great game, though, especially in VR. I don't know how it would be for somebody visually impaired. I honestly don't know. I just know that you can play it in 2D or 3D or VR, and it's unplayable almost in 2D. And it's not enjoyable, but in VR, it's friggin' amazing. So, yeah. Clone Star is Sean Ferrick's podcast. Never seen it. Dustin D. I wonder how many Starfleet ships got repaired after the battle with the Protostar and the corrupt construct virus. Good question. We'll have to talk to Aaron about that. I want to know what the loss of life was, how many ships were actually damaged or destroyed entirely. Yeah, I want to get those answers. You ever see a Family Guy clip with Quark Griffin? No, I don't think so. Shaftenberg goulash. I love goulash. Dustin D. Did Starfleet salvage any ships from the Prodigy supernova? I'm sure they did, yes. Tom Casey, $2. Love the hat. Stop by to say hi. Good to see you, Tom. Thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you for the compliment on the hat. But thank you. Renee, it wouldn't be any more or less accessible for someone with visual impairment issues, but 1,000% better in VR. Totally agree, Renee. Funny you're watching and that you commented, because I was thinking, well, if we do play Monday night, which was kind of the plan, I wouldn't mind jumping back into Bridge Crew because we haven't played that in a while. So, but good to see you, Renee. Dan Ben, did you see the trailer for the new Adam Driver sci-fi movie 65? No. Gorgonzola. Damn. He has been from the mirror universe the whole time. He has a beard. It's okay. I suspect Mirror Foley would carry a sword at all times and have a sensor enhanced monocle. You're not wrong. Melissa says, thanks, Kat. I have the Meta Quest VR headset. Very cool. Renee, if you do fine with VR, you will love the game. Dan Ban, oh yes, Studios Quark. Oh yes, I've seen the Studios Quark one, yes. Sean O'Sullivan, it's the same old Malibu Foley. Yes, but he's got a new hat. Why is everybody complaining about me wearing a hat? Asking if I'm having a bad hair day. It's not the real Captain Foley. Maybe I shouldn't wear a hat. I don't like wearing hats generally. I don't think I look good in hats. But I wanted to try something new, man. It's 2023. New year, new me. I don't know. You guys make my soul sad. Happy New Year to you as well, Renee. Yeah, we'll see if Richard or Will can play, and we'll maybe play on Monday. Monday. We'll sell you the seat, the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. Can I send you a link to the Transformers game on your Instagram? Sure. I don't really check Instagram very much, but yes, go ahead, Dan. Melissa says, I do okay. There's accessibility on the menus, but I hope I don't struggle on the bridge. Okay, see, that's the thing with Bridge Crew. You need to learn the stations, and they're all different. TNG is different than TOS. TOS is different than the Kelvin Universe one. Kelvinverse is the easiest. TNG is next. TOS is the absolute hardest, but I find the most fun. I really like the TOS one. But we've kind of, each of us have mastered every station, and it gets difficult, especially when it's crunch time and you need to do something quickly. So just make sure you learn everything, Melissa. Sean says, wish I had VR, saving for a house still, so can't really drop $1,000 on the setup. Yes, Renee is right. Melissa, you can go through the tutorial and learn different stations, but it only teaches them on the Kelvin USS Aegis. Learning TOS is quite a bit more difficult. Trekyards says, I like the hat. It's a cap in a cap. That's so cute. There are hats in Star Trek Enterprise. I know. Sean says, you ever notice Foley has evil Spock facial hair? It's not the facial hair that makes somebody evil, my friends. I'm just saying. Dan Ban, caps in Star Trek Enterprise then. Okay. Melissa. Okay, once I purchase the game, I'm going to do the tutorial. Matt Boardman, are you looking forward to the Star Wars Jedi Survivor? Yes. Hell yeah. I did a complete playthrough of the first one on the channel. Absolutely, I am looking forward to that. I have it pre-ordered. I also have the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge VR thing pre-ordered. So get the new VR thing in February, I believe is when it's coming out. And then I'll be able to play that. And I definitely will stream that as well. So absolutely, yes. What would Mirror Colonel Foley be like? Well, it's not Colonel Foley, it's Admiral Foley. Actually, I kind of like Colonel Foley, but it's Admiral Foley in the Mirror Universe. You've already seen Admiral Foley a few times, so you know what's going on with him. I'm not going to tell you guys. What rank is Mirror Samuel? He is Captain. He is Captain Cockings. Sean O'Sullivan, do you have a Niners cap? No, I don't. I wouldn't mind getting one, but I just have not picked one up. That is one that I would like to get as well, yes. Even though I don't like baseball, but I like the S9, and it's a nice That's DS9 with the baseball. It's perfect. Melissa says, "Aye, sir. I've been studying the stations from watching the videos recently. Problem is, when we do our videos, we don't turn the tags on, like the floating things above the consoles that tell you what each button does, because we have them memorized pretty much. I'll throw it up for a second to get a refresher if I haven't played in a while, but generally I know what each button does without having it labeled, so I don't know how much that would be necessarily." Jessica Kazumi. "A new year has come. Let's raise a toast to a happy and healthy 2023. Cheers." I can get behind that. Gorgonzola, "I very much like your new hat, and I am glad you got it as a gift. It makes you look like a hard worker somehow. Like you are in construction or logistics, at least, or small screen, or from far away." Yeah, I don't think I look good in hats. I've got a weird shaped face. I don't think hats suit me very well, but I thought this one looked okay. Thank you. Eric, $5. "Long live the Galactic Empire." Long live the Empire. "I got an inbox Palpatine figure for Christmas made in the 90s. Ooh, nice. Sean O'Sullivan, "Do you have any military caps, the CVN Enterprise or the like?" I've got quite a few hats downstairs, but like I said, I never wear them. Do I have any military ones? No. I've got an Enterprise F1, one of the official ones from the team that worked on it for Star Trek Online. I got that from Thomas Maroney. I've got the one with the Delta, and it says Command right here. I've got a Trekyards hat. Trekyards hat is great. It's in the next room. I should go with the Trekyards hat. Let's see. I got 3 Camaro hats. I got a Decepticon hat. But I like I said, I never wear the fucking things. Hold on just 1 second. There's that better. That's my Trekyards hat, bitches. Trekyards Delta. I don't wear this one nearly enough. I really should. I adore the Enterprise D. Hope I can do the D in VR. You can. I bet the Mirror Universe I would be a doctor, Starfleet Medical. First alert from YouTube in for months. Hope you're doing well. I am. Thank you, lower than the lowest deck. Sean O'Sullivan, "I have a copy of Stage 9. Would love to do it in VR. There's also a virtual Orville on Steam." Yeah, I got the most recent copy of the Stage 9 stuff. They actually sent it to us, which was an update that came after they actually went offline. So I have that on my computer downstairs, and yeah, I don't have a VR set for the computer, so have not checked that out. Matt Boardman, "I know we still have our current tasks and project TriStar to finish up, but I would love to do a creative project with you this year, be a Trekyards digital comic or something else in that vein." That vein, eh? That big, pulsing, throbbing purple vein. Yeah, Matt, yeah, absolutely. I would love to do something like that with you. Project TriStar, of course, is... I haven't been bothering you about it. I've been asking. I just, but yeah, I would like to do something. I think that'd be fun. So, what do you guys think of the Trekyards hat? Nobody's said anything. By any chance, have you seen any of the Technobabble Alfresco Robert Picardo posts? I've seen all of them. They're great. Biggest challenge I face in Starfleet is reading. Sean O'Sullivan, it's official. Captain Foley is a man who wears many hats. Absolutely, in more ways than one. Dan Ben, if you're going to play Star Wars Jedi Survivor, are you going to read or listen to the novel Jedi Battle Scars? That says no and no. I will not. I'll not read it. I might listen to it, I guess, but probably not. Not before I play the game. Do the shows have crew hats? If, say, you know Aaron Walt, he might be able to sort you out. Nice Delta. Do you have comm badges made of it? Sean, we have a shit ton of comm badges made of this symbol. Different eras, different styles, but we don't have any place to actually sell them. So, but yes, we have quite a few different variations of it, yes. The skull behind you needs a hat too. The vampire skull, no. I heard Star Trek Resurgent Game is having a prequel comic release before the game. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. That I would probably read. That'd be kind of cool. That's a sharp looking cap. A captain. Thank you, Gorgonzola. If anyone of Starfleet is wondering, my favorite tricorder is the medical one. Sci-fi science interest. Would you, Captain Foley, like a Trek series done properly based around Captain Morgan Bateson and his crew? Yes, absolutely, 100%. Yes. Oliver Lavery Farag. I think Colonel has a nice ring to it too. Perhaps he would have a southern accent and sell fried chicken. Wait, no. How about no to all of that? Hey, Cap, wearing a cap. The hat is a gem. There's a new shuttle in Star Trek comics. Dun dun dun. Comics are an anomaly, though. We've covered a bunch of comic ships from like the 80s, the 90s, 2000s, the new IDW ones. We've got a series of comic book Star Trek ships, like mission briefings on our channel. There's some really cool designs. None of them are canon, but that's okay. A short Trekyards RPG game playing as a Cap, running around his house and street trying to rescue Cockings who has gotten lost, following clues, etc. No. Like the Trekyards hat, is there a military tradition of stitching name and rank on caps or no? Name and I don't think so. No. I could be wrong. I don't know. Also, Cap, have a New Year. Happy New Year, man. Thank you, Generation Productions. Matt Borman, could you sell them on Etsy or eBay? I mean, yes, I could. But we also need to order more because we get them in unlimited batches and then we sell them. Or they are given as way as part of our Indiegogo campaigns when we do trips. So we've sent a bunch out. We've had resins one, we've had acrylic ones, we've had ones with metal backs. We've, of course, had the TOS style one. We've got the Wrath of Khan style one. I've done I think I've done a live, or at least a Captain's edited video talking about all the different comm badges we have or have had over the years. Yeah, I could do that. I could do an Etsy thing. Have to see. Gotta make sure the guy that makes them is still able to make them and get more of them because we haven't had any for a while. About the game, it's weird how there's a tutorial for the USS, but not the Enterprise D after seeing videos. Oh, the Aegis, yeah. That's because that's what the game is. It was set on the Aegis, and all the gameplay all the missions are on the Aegis. The TOS was always there since the beginning, but it was more for just the multiplayer. And you kind of have to learn on your own, that one, because that's why it's one of the reasons it's most difficult. But also, TNG came later. That was added as a DLC. And there is a cheat thing to select any ship and actually play the campaign missions with that ship. But it's quite not difficult to do. It's just not 100% reliable every time you try it. So Yeah, they don't teach you stuff because once you learn the Aegis stuff, it's pretty easy to migrate over to the other ones. But the stations are all set up differently because in TOS you've got engineering, you've got helm, you've got tactical, um, and the captain thing, obviously. Um, but each station does different things. Like on TOS, the engineering station uses transporters. On TNG, you've got ops station, helm, and tactical. But instead of, well, it's, I guess ops is like engineering, but anyway, ops has your transporter control. On the Aegis, anybody from engineering to tactical to helm can take over transporter function. So there's variations on each one, and they don't quite line up necessarily. So, hey, just saw you were online. Well, it's good to see you, Thirst Contact. Bateson would be fun. Instead of Earl Grey, it would be tossed salad and scrambled eggs. Oh my god. Gorgonzola, do you think former Earth Starfleet stopped using baseball caps when they became a Federation agency because of the Andorians struggling with the concept of a hat? No, I don't think that would be the case at all. Would be cool if there was a tricorder that had both modes of science and medical. There is. All tricorders are capable of doing medical stuff. Medical ones are special because they have the little slot in the top of the little scanner. More functionality medical wise, maybe, but I kind of doubt it. I think all tricorders can do medical. They just aren't as sensitive because they don't have the actual scanning probe. They just use the internal inbuilt scanners. So, and can you switch a medical tricorder to science? I would assume so, but at the same time, I'm thinking maybe not because it is more specialized. So that's a good question. You need Captain Scrambled Eggs on Bill. Pumpkin Spice says, think we will ever see a follow-up to the alternate future Confederation from Picard. An animated miniseries featuring General Picard's history would be cool, and General Kirk too. I don't think we'll, well, I'm not going to say I don't think we'll ever see it. I think you'll see it in comic book form or novel form or graphic novel form. Animated, probably not. But I would love to see that personally. I think that'd be really amazing. It would be great for like a set of Star Trek shorts, you know? Discovery had an Andorian space helmet. It did. It did indeed. There's contact. So, about that Trek culture video, I would die on the same hill as the commander. Yeah. Most people just ignored the hill that I would die on because they think I'm just some crusty, crazy old man. But whatever. It's the hill I die on, so suck it up, buttercups. Um, there's still a bunch more videos coming out from Trek Culture that'll be featuring the commander and myself. But hopefully you guys are enjoying those. It was fun to do that. I'm glad they asked us. And yeah, there's some good questions coming out still. So but continuity is important, especially visual continuity. So I'm still gonna die on that hill. Naval tradition allows for names tapes on the back of the fitted baseball caps and scrambled eggs on the bill. Light edging for commander and captains, heavy for admirals. Lissa says, so it's all about exploring. I'll be careful, and if I end up exploring on my own. Thirst Contact says, I'm more thirsty than contacty today. We'll go have a drink then. Generation Productions question. The Wrath of Khan Federation badge, was that a ship like the Phoenix behind the Delta or command rank symbol? And was a com badge? I've seen it yesterday's Enterprise. Okay, in Wrath of Khan, it was not a com badge. It later became a com badge many years later for the Enterprise C. And no, that is not a Phoenix in the background. It's actually, there's a breakdown of it on. There was a Facebook post that broke down what it is. There's a little circle which represents Earth, and then the line is the solar system. They break down exactly what it means. It's like the Earth and the sun on there somewhere. But yeah, that's what's in the background of it, and I can't remember for the life of me 100% what it is, but it has something to do with the solar system, and that's why there's that one little dot there that always looked weird, because I think that's Earth. That either represents Earth or our sun. I can't remember which, but yeah. Melissa says, okay, granted, there's that external portable probe. I'd imagine a tricorder on science mode, but once you hit the bio button, it would go to medical mode and you would use the probe. Well, the probe is just to get more detailed readings than the internal sensors would be able to handle or be able to glean, because you can actually move it around closer to the body and stuff. So sci-fi science interest throws in £5. Thank you so much for the super chats, guys. Very much appreciated. One of the best lines was O'Brien talking to Bashir in Trials and Tribulations, and he said it was cross-circuited and patched together. Yes, looks like one of your jobs. Yeah. Gorgonzola, I would think a medical tricorder can switch to science as long as it has a connection to the computer core to update the firmware. Yeah. Thirsty says, Captain, your hill is a close second for me. Well, pusha. Pumpkin Spice. With Paramount Plus, tons of Trek miniseries could be made following plot lines just abandoned in animated form, since many cast members have aged or have passed. It's true. Sean O'Sullivan, would you like to see more Trek films? And if so, what type? Heard rumors of a TNG Kelvin film. I want to see more Trek films. Obviously. What type? Good ones? Fuck's sakes, I don't know. I don't have a problem with them continuing the Kelvin ones. This TNG rumored one, though, I would be interested to see that. Yes, they're entertaining enough. They're good popcorn films. I have no problem with that, but just don't have so many plot holes and science inaccuracies and stuff in them. And don't make the ship look like a flying garbage pile. I would like to see more Kelvin films. I really would. It was a great scene afterwards when he said, I'd rather you're not told anyone. Birth defect. In my head, I always thought of a medical and science tricorder being different, with the science model being more passive. Fucking dumbasses. Being more passive, and all this, and the science more thorough, energy intensive, and possibly harmful. Melissa says, yeah, the medical tricorder sounds nervousing, but I know it's to keep healthy, as I sometimes feel the probe gets too close for comfort. Well, the probe doesn't do any harm at all. Mado Vincent says, hell yeah, make a good Trek movie. Pumpkin Spice, TNG Kelvin timeline. Oh no. I think it'd be fine at that point. I don't know. Dan Ben, do you think if Paramount makes more Star Trek, the warp effect would not look how you want it to? Very likely. Very likely. The only ones that get it right are Lower Decks right now. I hate the tunnels. I hate the Prodigy warp. I hate the Discovery warp for sure. Yeah, they're going with that new visual style, and I absolutely despise it. So yeah, I don't. I think they would probably screw that up. Lower Decks gets it right. That's how it should look. End of story. Why did Starfleet went from impulse fusion power to power all ships' main systems except for the warp drive and main deflector? Shields up to Q2260 to warp power for everything in 2270. I don't think it's Warp Power for everything, honestly. I mean, technology improves, so you change with it. Um, the question to me kind of sounds like, why would people move away from physical media? Because everything's on streaming services. Because it's easier. It's on streaming services. Of course, it's a fucking Mustang. Guy's an asshole. Anyway, physical media is better in my opinion, because, for example, I wanted to watch Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, and looked for it on the streaming services. It's only available on two of them, and you have to rent it for $5. So it is available. Whatever. Other movies I've looked for aren't anywhere that I can find, and so physical media is the thing. So I'm drawing a parallel with that, with the impulse powered systems and warp powered systems independently, and then merging all into one. As technology improves, hence streaming services, people are like, all right, well, everything's available there. I don't need this. I don't need whatever. This is probably not a good analogy, but anyway. So as technology, you get used to it. So as soon as your streaming service goes down or your internet goes down, you don't have any physical media. So if there's a problem with your internet goes out for whatever reason, you can't watch anything because you don't have physical media that you could throw in a CD player or whatever to watch it. Or not a CD player, a DVD player. But despite knowing that, we're still going towards the streaming route where everybody's like, streaming, streaming, streaming. Don't need any more physical media. I can find anything I want online. Blah, 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 blah. First of all, you can't. It is a lot of time is a problem finding it. And then sometimes you got to pay for it. Whereas if you had the physical copy, you could throw it in whenever the hell you wanted to watch it. I think the same thing would go with technology. We are leaning more towards being dependent on certain things that once they go down, they screw everything up. It's just the way that things progress. So if they think the technology is better to convert it all over to warp power, I don't know. I don't even know specifically what you're talking about, but I'm just trying to. Anyway, that's where we're at. Could Trekyards do a show on Star Trek: The Motion Picture? Probably the one with on STMP. Probably that one of that's a show on STMP, like motion picture. Is that what you mean? Gorgonzola 86. I would love a 1701B and an Excelsior audio drama series, as I have said often before. Those would be great. First contact, loud truck, muscle car noises, then pug snores. Well, I wouldn't call it muscle car. It's only a fucking Mustang. Matt Boardman, I'm perfectly fine if we ever visit the Kelvin timeline again. Me too. Pumpkin Spice. The most annoying are the very loud motorcycles. South Park even had an episode about it. Yes, I agree with that also. Dan Ben. In TOS, they have a psycho tricorder in Wolf in the Fold. A psycho tricorder. Oh, for reading brainwaves and stuff. Sean O'Sullivan, I don't like Mustangs. They're coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. I don't like Mustangs because they're fucking shitboxes. So, yeah. Melissa's Legally Blind World. I have Star Trek TNG on DVD. Got him for Christmas. Awesome. Thirsty says, Pug louder than Mustang now. Samuel is here. Power 543. I love my 4K Blu-rays. You literally can't beat the quality on the internet, on any internet service. Happy New Year's. Yes, indeed. Physical media is the way to go. It sure takes up room and it's constantly getting outdated. But hey, I still believe in physical media for most things. Sean O'Sullivan, the 7 C's of the internet still exist. I pay for Paramount Plus, but I still end up having to find ways to watch things. Are Paramount or late putting things out here. And it is on Amazon for some reason. Generation Productions. So, yeah, talking about physical copies. So, when is Trekyards Season 1 to 20 coming out? That would be great. I don't know. When does somebody want to make that for us? Digitize all of our content. Make physical copies of it. So, will 2023 be a good Star Trek year? Yes, I believe it will. Picard Season 3 is promising to be good. We got Strange New Worlds Season 2. We're going to have Season 4 of Lower Decks. Hopefully, Prodigy Season 2 will start at the end of the year, but I have a feeling it might start early next year. And, of course, Discovery Season 5. So, who knows what that's going to hold. But, anyway, there we are. Google Books says I can download audiobook. I thought and view it offline, but I can never find where it saves it to my phone. Oh no. Sean O'Sullivan, why is that car so loud? Your neighbor likes advertising how small their penis is for some reason. It's not my neighbor, it's somebody down the street, and I've only seen the Mustang there for the past 2 days, so I assume it's just somebody visiting. But yeah. But yeah, he's advertising his small dick, so it's fine. Daniel, 1018. Some other language. Thank you. Melissa says, wish the Psycho Tricorder came to TNG. Raymond Andrews says, I'm a Chevy person. Dustin D, I would like to see a Star Trek series about Admiral Mark Jameson's early career before he made an admiral. Bright Starline, who's a better PI, Jim Rockford or Thomas Magnum? Thomas Magnum, come on now. Come on now. What the fuck kind of question is that? Gorgonzola, Happy New Year, Samuel. May the great bird of the galaxy be with you and your loved ones in 2023 too. Matt Boardman says, I like physical media, but I wish it was more convenient. Most PCs don't come with DVD or CD drives these days. I'm glad that things are streaming as it works with my type of work. Yeah, that's the thing. They're phasing out the way to play physical media, so they're phasing out physical media slowly but surely. And it's sad, but it's the way it is. And then once that goes down, you're dead. There's nothing you can do about it. But I do agree that the fidelity of media is much better on physical media. Yes. Mark Lawrence, I won't give up physical media because streaming services copies are not guaranteed to never be altered from their original version. There's that too. Yeah. Did the new Prodigy Klingon Bird of Prey have an aft torpedo launcher? There was a Klingon Bird of Prey in DS9, Way of the Warrior, that fired torpedoes from its engine. Yes, there did have a... Did you watch our video on it, Dan? Yeah, there is a rear there is a rear-facing photon torpedo launcher on that ship. Melissa says, I may not have Paramount Plus, but I got TNG on DVD. Now I even got a Star Trek TNG calendar. Very cool. Daniel says, Necesto Mandela del siglo XXIII, porque nací en Cabra para el inicio de eno. Es verdad, no existe el dinero, that's money, en el siglo XXIII, ja. Thank you, Daniel. I probably butchered every freaking word of that, but there you go. Sean O'Sullivan, my new laptop doesn't have a drive, and I gave up my PS4. Yes, that's the problem. I've got an external CD drive, though, for my laptop, should I ever need it. DVD drive, whatever. They will never take our physical medium freedom for Scotland. Oops, wrong movie. Gracias. Well, this is Legally Blind World. Igualmente te dicer un ano ceder. I'm sorry, Daniel. I'm trying. Dan Ben. I did watch your video, but I wasn't sure if you actually confirmed it was or just thought it was. Well, we can't confirm if it is or not because we don't know. We're just looking at the visuals, and yeah, it looks... Just looking at the visuals, and yeah, it definitely looks like one, so... Destin D. What would have happened if John Delancey's Q would have provoked the Star Trek pink skinned humans 50 to 100 years sooner? I don't know. In TNG Season 1, Wesley Crusher builds that handheld tractor beam, and it is a repulsor field. Because they set the tractor beam to repulse, push things away. Yes? Who would Admiral Kirk? Who would Admiral Kirk would have handled? How would Admiral Kirk would have handled the Q? Probably punch him in the face. He would have pulled a Cisco for sure. Oh, there's the translation. Need 23rd century currency because as he bankrupt for the beginning of the year. It's true. There's no money in the 23rd century. Ha 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 ha. Gotcha. Raymond Andrews, we'll talk to you later after my eye surgery in 2 weeks. Live long and see you later. Well, good luck on your eye surgery. Hope you recover swiftly and hope it goes well. And yeah, take care, Raymond. Wesley was very good at repulsing, though. Dan Ben, my comment about the Wesley tractor beam, I was supposed to say TOS, not cuz. Well, yes, tractor beams are designed to both work both ways. They can either repel something or they can pull it in. So, anyway, guys, I think my phone's dying, so I'm running out of battery life here. Is there anything you guys want to talk about before I have to go? Or any more super chats anybody would like to send would be greatly appreciated. So, I could actually probably plug it in and go for longer, but you know what? I will do just that. Bruh. And there we go. Bruh. Happy New Year to you, Stephen Fathry, as well. Obi-Wan throws in $20. Thank you so much. That is an awesome super chat. Happy New Year. I love physical media. The picture and audio are much better than streaming. You own your movies and music. Plus, I hate buffering while watching a movie. Yes, and plus, even though you may purchase something online, doesn't mean it's always going to be available. It's kind of on their whim. Whereas if you have it physically, you have it, you know? Are we going to learn more about the Star Trek faction, the Travelers? Probably at some point. Again, probably in books or comics would be my guess, but Matt Boardman, love you to pieces, Stuart. I'm so glad things worked out so I could be here for this live. Aw, thanks, Matt. I'm glad you could be here as well. Dan Ben, Star Trek does that sometimes. Say they can't do something or say something is new, but if you look in a previous show, they have done it before. It happens all the time because the writer's unaware of everything that happens and whatever. So it's fine. It's fine. Melissa says, I will study up before I hit the bridge, Captain. Awesome. Generation Productions. LOL, the cap is going cat mad. Help. LOL jokes. More caps than the inner city drive-by. Wow, popping a cap in your ass. Oliver says, 3 caps on the screen. Dun dun dun. Sean O'Sullivan says, I don't like buffering. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Dan Ben, do you watch Star Wars Bad Batch? I got like halfway through the first season and then just stopped watching. Just didn't quite grab me. Dustin D, is it too late to say Picard for season 3, or was Picard already shipwrecked? Picard's already off the rails. If season three is good, I mean, it'll be remembered for season three. That it'll just be like a season 8 of TNG essentially. So we'll see, we'll see. But I think it's pretty much a shipwreck. When is the next Star Trek show? February 16th. That is Picard season 3. Jim Rockford, better PI in my opinion, but like Magnum, but I like the Magnum show better. Yeah, I haven't seen all of the Rockford Files. First of all, I've watched all of Magnum PI multiple times because I love Magnum PI. But one is cool, one is not. It's that simple. Generation Productions. Oh, my Universal Translator breaks down. Dan Ben, Star Trek Picard season 3 is what they've originally said the show wasn't going to be. Well, that's because they're dumb and they thought that they knew what people wanted and they didn't. What people wanted was a continuation of TNG. It's about time they got there. Took them long enough. Okay, that's somebody else. Yeah. If Paramount want Picard season 4, I wonder if Picard will continue as the John Luke Picard. No, they're not going to do another season of Picard. They might do another show called, like I said this before, Star Trek Geordi or Star Trek LaForge, Star Trek Crusher, Star Trek Riker, and focus on another character for a season or two. I think that's what they might do, but they won't do another John Luke Picard run, I don't think. Melissa says, I am still kind of a cadet. Maybe a while before I'm an ensign. That's all good. Sean O'Sullivan, you made us promise they were fixing everything for season 2. Again for season 3. Why are they such bad marksmen? But like a bad marksman, they keep missing the target. Obi-Wan, I'm a Magnum PI guy, but I will watch the Rockford Files. I will watch the Rockford Files as well. But yeah, I'm more of a Magnum PI guy myself. Sean O'Sullivan, Star Trek Ensign Kim, maybe. There you go. Dan Ben, do you think the female villain in Picard season 3 trailer is Picard's daughter? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not even going to speculate on it. Dustin D, why are the best Star Trek happen when the Federation ship is the main character? Because that's what we grew up watching and loving and made us fans of the show. So of course we want to see more of that. Gonna do my Star homework. All right, Melissa, enjoy. Donnie Pearson, speaking of the Bad Batch, its second season is 3 days away. Dun dun dun. Maybe I should watch it and review it as it comes out. I don't know enough about the Bad Batch. It's Star Wars, though, like the Clone Wars and stuff, to do that. But hey. Yes, Donnie. February 16th for Picard Season 3. And February 22nd for The Mandalorian Season 3. Donnie Pearson, both Magnum and Rockford Files have one thing in common, both scored by Mike Post. Absolutely. Mike Post did a lot of those shows back in the 70s and 80s. I dare say that Magnum PI has a better intro musical thing than the Rockford Files does. Well, might be sacrilege, but I never thought TNG was good. Whoa, too diplomatic, less space battles. Hashtag love the ship battles. And also TNG timeline screwed up the timeline. Just saying, Voyager and TOS did it better. It's fair. Grant McGregor, thinking about getting a 3D printer this July. My idea is to print with brittle support materials and make it light as possible. Then implant small special effects explosives, all to reinvent prop explosions. Ooh, very cool. Yeah, one of my viewers is actually sending me a 3D printer. I think he said it'd be arriving in March. It's a brand new one coming straight from the supplier, so I can't wait to get into that. Speaking of Magnum, 7 weeks more till the season 5 premiere of the current series on America's new home, NBC. Dun, dun, dun. You can just go to Star Wars YouTube channel. They have some Bad Batch trailers, which explains what they are. I know what Bad Batch is, but I don't know enough about it to sit here and critically talk about it. Love TNG, but DS9 is the all-time great. Even the bad episodes aren't that bad. We're watching Voyager at the moment, season 3, and it's a slog. I have no problem with Voyager. All Trek has its bad times and slogs. So, yeah, I hear you though. I love Bad Batch. Star Wars is getting better and better. Dun dun dun. Well, guys, we're $40 away from a good super chat goal. If anybody wants to throw in some super chats, I would appreciate that perfectly. Personally, oh my God. So if you're able to, please do. If you have not hit that like button, give that like button a tap. Let's try to get to 80 likes. We're at 65 right now, so we're only 15 away from that number. So if you're one of the 15 that hasn't hit the like button, hit it now. I'm going to change my hat back now. Trekyards out. Star Trek in. Do you like this? Do you like this Trekyards hat? Let me know. Can't wait for disco to come back. I hope we have a lot of slow scenes and people talking about their feelings and Burnham crying all the time. Dan Ben, if you saw Revenge of the Sith, then you understand Commander Cody. I've seen Revenge of the Sith, yes. Obi-Wan, $5, just because you rock. Thank you, Obi-Wan. May the Force be with you. Sean O'Sullivan, €2. Live logs and proper. Thanks, Aaron Waltke. Dan Ben, Discovery Season 5 will be like Indiana Jones in space, apparently. Oh, good God. Generation Productions, when you likes hit 88. Likes you time travel. Back to the Future, hashtag save the whales, lol. Let's get to 88 likes so that we can time travel. Dustin D, how would you design a very late 24th century or 25th century Foley class? I mean, there's a bunch of iterations of the Foley class. We're currently working on the refit right now. Me and Rusted Art Productions, or I can't remember his actual. But yeah, I don't know. I would. I got a Kelvin one. I've got a Disco one. I've got the refit one. I've got the TOS one. I would love to see somebody do a sovereign version of the Foley class. That'd be amazingly cool. I don't know. I would just design it like I designed the other ones. Start from scratch and go from there. What's your most successful video? The Orville video. Talking about the USS Orville before the show even came out. We got some glimpses of the ship, and we covered it in a mission briefing style format, and that's got the most views on our channel. Burt Defect, I haven't watched full episodes of Disco after season 2. Has Burnham still shown no growth? Not hating, but just curious of the show's progress. Oh, she's changed as a character. She's grown as a character, absolutely. Yes, they're writing her better now for sure. Dustin D, with the 32nd century United Earth keep its own home fleet once fully reintegrated back into Starfleet. Oh, will the 32nd Earth fleet keep once it's back in Starfleet? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Dan Ben, do you like shows that use the volume or prefer real sets? I don't have a problem with the volume. I think it's fucking great. The things they can do with that, it would be fantastic as an actor to actually see what you're acting against as opposed to a green screen. I have no problem with sets either. I love both. I like the volume. I really enjoy what they can do with that. So I would say the volume. Although every time Samuel's like, you can clearly see where the line is, and I'm like, you can, but in some shots at least. Other ones, he says it, and I'm like, I can't. Okay, it doesn't bother me. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I have no problem. I don't prefer either one. Nice mix of both is kind of what we need, and I think they do a good job with that. So, do you like deep fake technology or does it scare you? I think it's fucking great. I do like it. Sure, it scares me for certain things like political leaders. You can make political leaders say certain things, start wars, whatever. That's a whole thing. But nothing I can do about it. So, whatever. And I have no problem with bringing back younger versions of actors, even if they're voiced by somebody else to kind of mimic their voice because they passed away. I have no problem with that, honestly. I don't think it's disrespectful at all, as long as it's part of the storytelling process to have that character there. I think it's fine. Will Roberts, Happy New Year's, Cat. Looking forward to all the content you and Samuel have coming up. Well, thank you, Will. I'm looking forward to that as well. Hopefully, we'll have a lot of really great Trek in 2023. And don't worry, Trekyards will be here chugging along because that's what we do. Sorry, trekking along, I guess. But yeah, thank you to all you guys for supporting us and just watching and hanging out with us. So yeah, we're now $25 away from another fantastic goal. Because we didn't hit the 40 yet, but $25. If anybody wants to throw in a $20 super chat, now would be the time. It'd be great. It would really help us out. If you're not, that's fine too. But also hit like if you haven't hit like yet. Stephen W. Fathery, keep on trekking. Yeah. Yeah. You know how Timex takes a licking and keeps on ticking? Well, Trekyards. Well, I wouldn't say that. Don't want to say that. No. There's just a ruder version of that. Takes a fucking and keeps on trucking. One problem with Star Trek Discovery is it's pretty much got rid of the new Romulus Star Trek Online angle for Navarre. Would have still been great with new Romulan and Vulcan than just changing Vulcan. Yeah, I kind of like the reunification of them though, and one planet now. Woke Henson, how big is Starfleet? It seems to me that it's always portrayed as being rather small for an organization that represents so many different planets and cultures. It's quite large. Just found out in the latest Prodigy episode, 150 member worlds or whatever. So that's pretty cool. You gotta think that it's also limited by the size of space around it, because you have the Klingon Empire, you have the Romulan Empire, you got the Gorn, you got the Tholian Assembly, the Gorn hegemony, the Kanzintis, the Lyrans. You got all these. They have their own territories around the Federation, so there's only so much the Federation can actually expand. I think size-wise, it's fine. I don't know. I don't know how big it is, but anyway, birth defect. Cisco's growth over the years in DS9 is one of my favorite character arcs in Star Trek. Angry and resentful towards the Federation, to stalwart leader balancing being officer and ambassador. Absolutely agree with you, 100%. Matt Boardman throws in $20. Happy New Year. The adventure continues. Thank you, Matt. I can't wait to meet you, Matt, in person. Hopefully that'll happen in March or April this year. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you for being here and being a moderator and being a friend. And can't wait to meet you in person, though. Dan Ben, have you seen Disney's Lightyear? Do you think it's a terrible film? I think it's a fucking great film. And yes, I've seen it. Hashtag, I totally agree with the old Buzz. His plan should work. Young Buzz can piss off, as far as I'm concerned. Grom Bestg? Beastg? 20 euros. Oh my God, thank you so much. Happy New Year. May this year bring peace. Well, thank you so much. That is awesome. Same to you. Happy New Year. And yes, peace and hope and caring and profit and just good things for 2023. Dan says Discovery, they mentioned having a large number of ships at the end of season 2. You know, they mentioned a lot of things. Sean O'Sullivan, I'd love to see some Federation exclaves separate from standard Federation space as a deep frontier. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that. But anyway, so we're coming up on the 2-hour mark soonish, and I think I'm probably going to call it quits. I'm going to go downstairs and got to clean up a little bit from last night. And yeah, I want to thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out with me. It's always appreciated. And stay tuned. We're going to have more off-the-cuff lives, I think, in the next week or two, because now that I don't have to do Thursday night first reaction, I still want to do a Thursday night video or possibly a Friday night video. Maybe go back into trivia nights or something like that. So I want you guys to tune in if you're able to, because it should be fun. Don't worry, we're still going to be doing lives during the week at our regular time. We'll still have edited content coming out. Like I said, it's probably going to be Star Trek Online ships for a lot of January, talking to Thomas Maroney. Maybe hashtag Justice for the Ring ship will be this month, January. So speaking of, I got to put my calendars up. I got some new calendars that, now that it's the first, I need to go change. So anyhow, at the end of some of those TOS films, Enterprise flies off, but at the beginning of the next film, it's in space, dock being fixed. Happens all the time. Dustin D, there is a 32nd century independent Starfleet in the outside Tuesday Milky Way. Okay. Dan Ben, I believe the 32nd century in the background on a monitor screen indicates that they have outposts in the Delta Quadrant. Not really sure. Yes, they do. They actually make reference to the Delta Quadrant once or twice in Discovery, implying that they are out that far. So yeah, of course they would be. It's 900 years in the future, for crying out loud. So, but anyhow, on that note, thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a very good year, first of all, but a good rest of your day. You know, good holiday break. I don't know when it's over for you guys. Like I said, Sylvia's got one more day off tomorrow, and then she's back to work on Tuesday. So anyway, it's been a good like 2 weeks of her being off and hanging out. So anyway, have yourselves a good one, guys. Thanks you for all you do, and take care. So until next time, I'm Captain Foley, signing off.